Hey everyone, Desiree here. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to be a successful planner. Now the video I did yesterday, I talked about my traveler's notebook situation and how I'm switching into my Moterm for, at least for now. I don't know how long it'll be, but I'm really excited to be back in this one. It's just such a beautiful setup and it works. So that's the traveler's notebook situation. Now if you didn't catch that video, I use my traveler's notebook as an extension of my main planners. So this is the stuff that I want to keep, stuff that I want to refer back to later, because in my main planners I don't archive or keep those pages. Once the month is done, I usually toss them out. So when it comes to successful planning, I have learned a few things. The first thing is you want to find a system that works for you. Now for me, I'm finding a lot of success using the Franklin Covey classic size ringed planner because it's giving me a page per day. And then I kind of hopped on into a happy planner, and what I thought, because I thought I was missing the size of the happy planner, what I realized is that what I was missing was the decorating of this planner. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here is this week that we're kind of moving out of. You can see I didn't do anything for the first half, but then I kind of jumped in. I started to decorate. I just threw some washi tape down, but I got my, my to-dos and my task stuff here. So I realized that what I missed about the Happy Planner was having all this room to decorate and use my stickers and use washi tape. That's what I missed. Now I also love seeing the week at a glance. I like seeing my entire week on the 2 pages, plus the size of this planner is really nice. But again, I'm finding for much more focused planning, I need to have the structure of the Franklin Covey. So that is another tip, which is to find a layout that's going to work for you. It may be a hybrid, kind of like what I'm doing, which is a combination of week on 2 pages in a different planner and then the day per page in my main functional planner. And it's okay if your system doesn't exactly fit what other people are doing or how the planner company has it structured and laid out for you. You really can kind of fix this and tweak this, whole planning thing to work for your style, your preferences, and what you like. And it may change. Like for me, I change things up periodically, and sometimes, it may or may not work, and then I switch into something else. So that's another tip to be a successful planner, is to be flexible with yourself and don't be afraid to try different things. Now what I did is I went ahead and I decorated for the rest of July in this happy planner, so that way I have that done and I can just jump right in, start filling out the pages, and I don't have to worry about what stickers I'm going to use and so forth. So let me move this out the way and let's talk about the main functional planner. Now the star of the show is my Franklin Covey. If you haven't seen my earlier videos on this, I found this cover at the thrift store at Goodwill, and I was very excited to find it, and because I was so excited I decided to use it, and it's been working. I've been in it since, I want to say, February or March-ish, sometime around there. And I really love it. It really helps me because, like I said, I'm finding I do need the day per page because I tend to write a lot of stuff down. I have appointments, so it's working right now. Now the other thing about being a successful planner is knowing how to set up your planner in a way that works for you. And I'm still trying to figure that out. So I guess you can say I'm successful in the sense that I know what I need, but I may not necessarily be successful in the implementation or in the execution of those preferences or needs or desires. But it's okay. I know at least my daily pages are working, which are, oh, I forgot to put my page marker back in. My daily pages are working. So the layout of these inserts, I found these on Amazon. They work really well for me. I don't necessarily use the water intake and today's mood. Sometimes I will throw stickers down here, or sometimes I'll just scribble over it, depending on what I got going on. But I like having the appointments on this side because I do have a lot of work-related things that I need to keep track of, and they are, time-based. So I am finding that I needed that, and I like having one day on a page because when I'm busy working, I know that this is the stuff that I need to focus on for that particular day. So as it relates to being a successful planner, I think you need to know what your attention and distraction tolerance level is, because I know I get easily distracted, and you need to figure out what is going to keep you focused in the way that you need to be focused. Sometimes we have focus on creativity, sometimes we have focus on work, sometimes we have focus on projects. So you need to figure out how that's going to work for you and how you can use the planner as a tool to align with your style of focus, your work habits, that type of thing. So I've got most of this coming week laid out, and as the week, as we progress through the week, these pages will get much more full, and I will cross things off, and I will move things, maybe to different days if I need to. But the other thing that works for me is when I complete something, I highlight it, because then that way I know it's done. And the things that are not highlighted are the things that I need to focus on still. So that's another tip for being a successful planner, is figure out some way to track what you're doing. You need to figure out, am I going to cross off things, or am I going to check things off? If I need to migrate something to a different day, how will I do that? How will I know that that's what I did? Because there's a lot to think about as you're organizing your activities, your work, your schedule, your time. So you really need to figure out how you're going to do that. And you may not have, a system that is popular or a system that somebody else has developed. You may have to create your own system and your own technique for tracking those things. But what I have learned is that tracking my progress and tracking what I do and when I do it and the time frame it takes has been really helpful for me. Now let's see what else there is. Now the other part of being a successful planner is really knowing how you're going to plan ahead or keep track of future events. Sometimes you may have vacations, birthdays, events, whatever coming up, and you need to have a way to, put those in your planner so when you either get to that page or as you're approaching that, you're like, okay, I have these things coming up. Now, a lot of times people do that on the month at a glance, and that's usually what I do. Like if I have something coming up next month, I will usually put it on the monthly pages, because then if I need to prepare or if I need to schedule things, before that, at least I know, okay, in August I have XYZ, so maybe in July I might need to start thinking about what I need to do for that particular event, or maybe the weeks or days leading up to that event. So always keep that in mind. They say that when you're, when you take productivity, classes and time management classes, your brain is not for storage. Your brain is for, problem solving, creative thinking, and really those types of things. You don't want to clutter your mind with things you have to remember. That's how you use your planner as a tool, and that's another success tip when it comes to planning. Make sure your planner is a tool, and you're not, it's like you don't want to conform to the planner. You want the planner basically to conform to you, how you think, how you live, how you execute, all those things. So this is probably going to be a quick video. I just wanted to, kind of share some things that I've been thinking about and what's working, what's not working for me. Now, as it relates to the Happy Planner, I am going to continue to decorate in this, and I will plug in things as they, apply to that particular day. But this probably won't be my main planner. I'll probably have it open as I'm doing some work, but my main squeeze is going to be the Franklin Covey. And then, of course, as I shared in the other video, the things that I need to keep and reference and things that I want to always have will be in the Traveler's Notebook. So if you haven't seen that video, that was the video posted right before this one, and I explain, how I'm using this and, other things and random thoughts that probably popped into my head while I was filming that video. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, throw them down in the comment section below. Oh, the other thing I did was I updated my dashboard. So I just put some black cardstock because I wanted it to be black. For some reason, I want black pages in here. I had some type of purpley floral stuff and I wasn't resonating with that. So I decided to just use black, and then I kept that same dashboard, or this same piece of acetate that's got the gold floral, and I kind of like that. It's kind of plain, kind of less busy. I think that was the problem, is my dashboard was a little bit too busy for me. And that is it. All this stuff is the same as from prior videos, just some papers and randomness that I want to keep. So yeah, that's going to be it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I will be checking in with you again really soon.